Greetings, I'm Art Fireman. Welcome to Projector Reviews TV. Today we take a look at NEC's P502WL, an affordably bright 5,000 lumen laser projector. This is the longer of two videos we created based on our full online review that Ron Jones published in April of 2016. In this video we will summarize the most important details and capabilities of this NEC projector. Just a reminder, there's even more info in the online review. Okay, let's get things moving. After an overview and examples of picture quality, we'll provide a full tour of the P502's hardware from front to back. I dubbed 2016 the year of the laser projector, and I can say right now that this is one of the best values around. The P502WL is a $3,429 list price WXGA projector. That's 1280 by 800. It claims 5,000 lumens. Now, if you need the higher resolution WUXGA, which is slightly above full HD, NEC offers the P502HL. Now, that one lists for $59.99. Of course, WXGA is by far the most widely used widescreen resolution. Know that these are list prices. Expect both models to sell at real discounted prices. A note to all you educators out there, NEC does have a viable education program with extra benefits. NEC also offers lamp-based versions of these two models for a lower cost, of course. The basic 502H, the lamp-based version, is $20.99, and I would say $1,300 extra for a laser engine is very reasonable and for all the benefits you get. For those not familiar, laser projectors will maintain brightness and hold color far longer than lamp projectors. That's ideal for edge blending applications, which this NEC does support. This is a projector I expect will find a big following in the higher education market and also in corporate America. It offers advanced networking. Its laser engine translates to lamp-free maintenance over its lifetime, although there's still a dust filter that needs attention, but only every 5,000 hours or so. By comparison, the full power lamp rating of the non-laser 502W is only 3,000 hours. All considered, this NEC saves tremendous resources if you're installing a number of them. It's a good choice for small business too when there's no AV support person, so that maintenance free is highly desirable. The key point is that the $3,429 list price and lower selling price make this laser projector solution one that can compete without being much more expensive with many lamp-based models. True, the NEC will have a higher upfront cost but far lower cost of operations with no expensive lamps to change out, and more importantly, no humans to have to deal with attending to the projector and changing out those lamps. Expect similarly bright and similarly feature-laden projectors, also without interchangeable lenses, that are lamp-based to list for about $1,000 to $1,500 less, but their lamps are typically only rated about 3,000 hours at full power. 5,000 lumens makes for a very bright projector. In that regard, it's just about right for those large university classrooms, small auditoriums, multi-purpose rooms, or even a well-lit boardroom or conference room. For placement flexibility, the NEC comes with a 1.7:1 manual zoom lens and a surprisingly large amount of vertical lens shift, 60%. Horizontal lens shift is great too at 25%, and that's in addition to keystone correction. Now, when it comes to picture quality, the NEC performs very well. True, the brightest mode, high bright, has pumped up whites and strong yellow greens, as one expects from most DLP projectors. Overly strong greens and greenish yellows are typical of the brightest modes of all types of projectors. Still, high bright is usable when color accuracy isn't critical and you need to punch through a lot of ambient light. Just remember, you'll end up with some murky yellows and dark reds. That's why projectors have multiple modes. Black level performance is typically good, as one would expect from a DLP. Now, presentation mode is the second brightest of the 8 modes. Color is definitely improves, reds are much better, but still on the dark side. Before I forget, one of the NEC color modes is DICOM Sim, which I will discuss after our hardware tour. In the NEC's better color modes, they offer up some very fine color handling. Video, movie, sRGB, graphics, and natural all look rather good, as NEC is offering a choice of modes with a range of color temperatures from warmer, movie, with more reds, to cooler, such as video. You are, of course, viewing test images of most of those modes right now, while our full review has even more images demonstrating the color and providing you with more content describing each mode. We expect most folks to use presentation when there's a lot of ambient light, but one of the more accurate modes for more critical viewing. For those of you who have viewed some of our other business and education projectors, we normally show several video clips. We've kept that to a minimum for this projector though, favoring stills, and for a good reason. It's very tricky filming DLP projectors in terms of video because of the color spinning wheels. What happens is you see some color banding rolling on the screen, so we stick to the stills. Anyway, those bands do not exist at all up on the screen, so when you see them, don't even worry about them. Let's talk performance. This NEC didn't quite hit its 5,000 lumen claim, but it did measure almost 4,700 lumens. That's about 6% less. Not bad, or rather, pretty typical. We find most projectors reviewed come up short of claim. By the way, we don't tweak projectors' settings in order to find every last single lumen as a manufacturer might. We measure using the right out-of-the-box settings. The P502WL supports 3D. It's worth pointing out that the 3LCD competition does not, although other DLP projectors do. Image sharpness has to be considered extremely good for a WXGA projector. 8-point type is easily readable. Not that anyone normally uses type that small in a presentation or even a spreadsheet. More to the point, the overall image looks very sharp, in part helped by the single chip DLP design. As I've already indicated, the P502WL is one series projector suitable for individual installation, but is especially suitable where you need a fleet of projectors. The advanced networking includes support for Crestron Room View and AMX Beacon, and that will allow for a host of advanced features such as push notifications, email alerts, scheduling, equipment monitoring, and more. An optional wireless module is available, suitable for working with smartphones, tablets, and computers. In addition to regular HDMI, the NEC offers HD-Base-T for running HDMI audio and command and control up to 100 meters over low-cost CAT cable. The 20-watt onboard speaker system has the volume to handle average classrooms and conference rooms effortlessly, but of course don't expect great sound quality. Time for our tour of the NEC hardware, where I will provide additional detail.
Greetings, we start our tour of NEC's NP-P502WL laser projector from the front. What we're looking at here on the far left is the recessed zoom lens. It uses the traditional rings to control focus and zoom. It's a 1.7 to 1 zoom lens. Next is the venting and the front speaker port. On the far right is the infrared front sensor and 3 indicator lights above it. If you look down at the bottom, you can see 2 screw thread adjustable feet. Here at the top, you get a closer look at the 3 indicator lights. It's the usual stuff: a power indicator light, a status light, which has various blinking codes, and the lamp light, or laser light in this particular case. You already know that the projector is a DLP variety, and of course it has HDMI, no surprise there. It also has HD-Base-T, which allows you to run low-cost CAT wiring up to 100 meters in length, which can save a lot in terms of installations. This is particularly important in larger rooms such as university classrooms. In the center of the top, near the front, we have this snap open cover, and it reveals the lens shift controls, both vertical and horizontal. I should mention that the amount of lens shift is extensive, for plus or minus 60% vertical and 25% horizontal. Nice. Okay, moving to the left side, as you're facing the projector, we have the control panel. Pretty standard stuff, except for that green eco button for a quick toggle between brightness levels. However, you've got a standard source control, auto adjust basically for analog computer type of inputs, the menu for entering the menu system, and enter button is in the center of the round navigation area. Exiting the menus is to the right. Notice that speaker volume is controlled by the left and right arrow buttons when you're not in the menus, and screen controls are accessible from the bottom. Moving to the back, we'll take a look at all the inputs and connectors. Okay, starting on the left-hand side, nice big infrared sensor, the rear remote. Moving over, you see a LAN connector for hardwiring into your network, a USB next to that. Then comes the HD-Base-T, that's your long-distance Ethernet already mentioned for Cat6 cable, a pair of HDMIs, and then on the far right we have the analog computer input, which can also do component video. Directly below that is a monitor out if you have such a thing and need to connect it. There's a stereo audio input and a stereo audio out, and of course HDMI have their own capabilities. Then towards the center bottom we have the PC control label, which is a DB9. That's your standard serial port for old school command and control. Another pair of audio inputs, your old school composite video, and a 3D sync for using radio frequency 3D. The projector has standard DLP link.
Hey, welcome back. One more comment about the 1.7-to-1 zoom lens. From a placement standpoint, to fill a 100-inch diagonal screen, this lens allows the NEC to be placed as close as 9 feet 1 inches or as far back as 15 feet 9. The P502WL, as mentioned, has a DICOM SIM mode. That's a very specific mode designed for viewing medical images such as X-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, etc. In other words, DICOM SIM is an important feature for medical schools, science and graduate schools. It also can be used for engineering classes to read X-ray films that are used for structural analysis. We are seeing more and more large venue projectors supporting DICOM SIM, but I don't believe at this time there's a lower cost laser-based projector with DICOM SIM out there. No projector is perfect, of course. You already know, for example, that this NEC doesn't have alternate lens options. A mic input for a wireless mic system would have been a nice plus, and that is found on a few projectors. We really like NEC's warranty and support program, which is called Instacare. NEC provides 3 years parts and labor, and should there be a warranty failure during year 1, their Instacare program ships out a replacement projector right away. Nice. The bottom line, if a laser projector makes sense for your use and you need a projector that can produce up to 5,000 lumens when needed and a picture with some excellent color while cranking out over 2,500 lumens, this NEC is going to be hard to beat. For most situations, here's a projector you can install, use, and not have to worry about for a decade or even longer. We like the performance relative to competing DLP projectors and consider the NP-P502WL to have a superior value proposition. Give this NEC some serious consideration if it's in your budget. All considered, both Ron and I really like the NP-P502WL. Mike may have reviewed it, but I've been working with it preparing for these videos. It certainly is of a caliber that deserves one of our awards. So after much consideration, it not only received our Special Interest Award, we considered our Hot Product Award, but since this is a small, larger venue projector that does not offer interchangeable lenses, the Special Interest Award seemed more appropriate. But of greater interest than which of those 2 awards it received is the award it received in our annual Best Education Projectors report. We were impressed enough that in the report it won for Best Value in the large venue class. We consider that one of our highest awards. In other words, good job, NEC. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I am Art Fireman, and don't forget to check out our other videos and online reviews. And I also invite you to visit our new review site, smarterhomeautomation.com, if you're into that stuff. Thanks.